So my 21st birthday, I took my bath mat from my room, and I threw it over the barbed wire, and I climbed over the barbed wire. I walked 2 miles through the fucking hood, because every college campus is just surrounded by the hood, and that's just how it works. So I walked 2 miles through the hood to get through a fucking liquor store.
This is kind of comedy. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Rolling over everything.
Oh, I thought you were about to show me your dick or something. I was like, what the fuck is
This
he about?
is for you.
Is this comedy? Are we rolling? Are we rolling?
Hey. Are we rolling? All right. I've been waiting to give you this all day.
Are we rolling?
I
don't think you remember. I don't think you were of the age for rolling. Do you remember that term for doing drugs? Rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I used to do a joke about it. But yeah, it was crazy back when I was in college because it was ecstasy. But it was called taking rolls or rolling. But it was ecstasy that was always mixed with another drug. And it was one of two drugs that it always was. It was either meth or heroin. I know. Like the total opposite thing. So if you get a thing of ecstasy, you didn't know if it was meth-based or heroin-based.
Ecstasy
Like, are we going to be up all night fucking partying, or are we going to just be like heroined out? And that's how ecstasy... Now it's MDMA, so it's like pure ecstasy.
I was going to say ecstasy on its own is not like that bad, right? Like it's pretty good.
I've never actually had like real MDMA, Molly, ecstasy.
I haven't either.
It's been like 10 years since I've tried.
I would do it.
All right, next episode we'll rolling our balls off.
We'll do Molly next time.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Fun. It would be fun.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm down.
Yeah, because there's a lot of terms for different stuff. There's like hippie flip and like
that's for like mixing drugs.
Yeah, but it's
flipping.
Yeah.
I worked in a nightclub that they did. I've never gotten past marijuana.
Really?
Like I do every 2 or 3 years. I do cocaine. And I fucking hate it.
Okay.
I don't know if you're a fan or
I've
if you've
never
ever
done
partaken.
it.
Really?
No.
I've just never, like I said, every 2 or 3 years, I'll be at a party, I'll be at a little gathering, and someone's like, hey man, you want to take a little bump? And I just, whatever in the moment, it's literally peer pressure. I'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, come on.
No,
And then I shut down. Like my body shuts down, my throat starts closing up. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like it's the opposite of what you think of normally with a cokehead. Like, oh, I just talk it out, like tell you all. No, I shut down. Like I want to get away from people. I get weird. Yeah, I'm not good with uppers or whatever.
I've never even been around people that were doing cocaine or did cocaine until like recently. I had like friends that used to do it.
Yeah. I grew up in Miami, so.
But I'd be like talking to somebody. Every time I try to ask someone if they like smoke weed, they're always like, what are you, a cop or something? I'm like, what?
It is so weird how like, I mean, I feel like half of America smokes weed, but it's still, I mean, it's kind of like being a conservative, being a Republican in America. You just have to kind of keep it secret. Like, I mean, who's around? Let me see. Yeah, I smoke weed. Yeah, I'm a Republican. And it's like you have to make sure the coast is clear. There's not anybody.
No, it's not that. It's just that like people act like weird about it. It's not that they don't like it, but someone will be like, "What are you, a cop?" And then they'll like confess to like doing coke, and like 5 minutes later, I'm like, "What?
Whoa, dude, fucking chill, man. You want to bump though? I mean, don't talk about weed around here, man. What are you fucking?
Oh wait, I know you're
narc?
Cool.
Yeah."
We were in Savannah one time, and my cousin, he did ketamine with someone in the bathroom.
Have you ever done ketamine?
No.
Okay. All right. Tell me the story, though.
He did like, I guess it was a powder. It's a powder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He did like, just inhaled a bunch of ketamine, and he was already pretty drunk. So he's like a tiny little fella.
Yeah.
Like he's like 110, 120 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Like just really skinny, grown man. And he went into the bathroom, and one of the bands that was playing at this bar was doing ketamine. And
Special K.
He just
horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tranquilizer. It's a horse tranquilizer.
But he was already drinking all night. And he was just like, yeah, I'll try some ketamine. And he eventually got the bouncer carried him out of the bar and threw his ass on the street because he started puking and all this. But he started trying to buy, one of the bartenders was like on a smoke break in the back.
Yeah.
And he was like, he had a bucket hat on, and he was like, I want to buy that hat off of you. Give me your hat. And he was like, because he's on like a tranquilizer basically. So he's leaning on the wall over this dude who's sitting down, and he's like kind of falling on him, like, and the dude's just like pushing him off, and he would like fall on him and then wake up and be like, I want to buy your bucket hat. And he takes his wallet out, and it's got nothing in it. And he's just like, you can have my whole wallet.
You can have everything I have on me.
All I want is that hat. And the dude like pushed him to the ground, and the bouncers came and threw him out.
Yeah.
And he just like
Been
passed
there.
out. He just passed out.
No, I don't know if I told you. I used to work at a EDM like rave nightclub.
Oh,
It was
really?
cool. Yeah, for like 3 years I worked. It's called Believe Music Hall now, but it used to be called Iris. Big down in Atlanta, big EDM rave club. Really fucking cool. And so it was best job I've ever had in my life. Like I've never been into that kind of music. I just had randomly gotten the job there. But you know, when you're around it with all the lasers and the fire dancers and shit, it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And it's all hot chicks because all they do is do drugs and dance. So their bodies are ridiculous. Just these hot chicks that don't eat and just dance and do drugs.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of fucking schlubby loser guys because they're all just drug dealers. That's who like the girls gravitate towards. So they're just
Yeah.
wearing like oversized, just just fucking baggy clothes and just look like a piece of shit.
Jesse
but they have the best
Pinkman's.
drugs, so they get the hottest chicks. So for me, I was the only male bartender. There were 12 female bartenders and me. I don't know how I got the job. I don't know. The whole time it was just like a miracle for me, and I just got so much ass. So
Oh,
anyways,
yeah?
so every single
You were
weekend,
slamming ass all the time?
I know, I'm a fucking pimp. Anyways,
Check this guy
No, but
out,
every
huh?
weekend, I would bring home a different girl from the club.
Whoa, whoa.
I mean, it's rock star lifestyle.
Can I have your autograph?
After the show, I'll take a picture with you. But anyways, no, but I'd bring them home and like I've been working all night, so I'm fucking tired. Like been busting my ass all night. I would have a few drinks while I was at work, whatever. But I would bring them, and they've been coked up all night long, or on Molly, on ecstasy. So they're just like, and then we get home and we would fuck or whatever at 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
we
whatever,
Get back.
we did.
Yeah, I know, whatever sex stuff. But anyways, so and like as soon as that was over, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go to sleep. Like I've been working, I'm fucking tired. But they would still be coked up or Molly. They'd be like, just sitting in my bed, just tweaking. And I'm like, all right, well, you do what you got to do. I'm going to sleep. So a lot of times that was the only like saving grace when they'd have ketamine, and they're like, okay, I'll just do some ketamine and just pass out. It was crazy. So I did ketamine twice, and it was in one of those situations where I'm like in bed, I'm like, and the girl would be like, "You want to try some?" And it was cool. Definitely a tranquilizer. I mean, it knocks you the fuck out.
Was it that was
great.
it? It just knocked you out? I mean,
it's very like it's a disassociative, so like you just kind of just like out of body, just like whoa, it feels amazing. It's kind of like painkillers if you've ever done that.
Oh, yeah.
You just feel warm, like everybody's hugging you all at
my
once.
God. Yeah,
don't do it, kids. Don't do drugs.
don't do ketamine unless prescribed by a doctor.
Unless you're a horse that needs surgery.
Yeah, if there's any horses listening and you guys need surgery, try ketamine.
Hell yeah.
I know I was on a bunch of painkillers when I broke my nose and stuff at the beginning of the year.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I
haven't done painkillers in probably 10 years.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it now.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is so like, but it was that combined with because my nose was like crushed and I couldn't breathe. So I was just I was like breathing out of my mouth for so long. So I'm choking myself awake in the morning. Well, I'm choking myself awake like every few minutes.
Like a sleep apnea kind of deal?
Yes,
Yeah.
but like just breathing out of your mouth gets so dry and you just get like your throat so dry. So I'm just choking. I'm just like, like get it, and then like jumping up, and I'm on so many painkillers, but it was so frequent, and I had so little sleep. I was just like hallucinating for just days, and just sleeping for a few minutes, being awake for a few minutes. And I couldn't really do any. I had a concussion too.
Jesus, dude. How did your wife deal with it? Did you ever like blow up on her or like? I know. Because I've been through certain situations where I just become very irritable and very like.
No, I wasn't irritable.
You were feeling great.
I was having
I fucking love you.
Yeah, I was having the time of my life.
I'm glad I married you.
Yeah, she was just like going to work, and I was just in bed. I was just in bed all day watching TV and stuff. But I was in like a lot of pain because my whole mouth was busted open.
Damn,
too,
what happened?
So I fell ice skating.
The gayest injury possible.
Probably.
What was your last injury in the last podcast? You got scratched up by a cat?
Yeah, but that happens.
I
happens constantly with this cat. She just starts freaking out about random shit. But the ice skating thing, like I was in bed for a couple months on painkillers and concussed and like all this. Yeah. I think a month.
Did you break a bone or a ligament or something? Or
my nose was like shattered and I was concussed. And my eye was like busted open.
Hell yeah.
And my lip was busted open. But I had to, it was because I had to get surgery quickly before the bones started fusing together. So then they re-broke my nose. So then it reset the whole thing, but it was like a very traumatic. Like I had the 2 black eyes and everything.
Dang, yeah.
But my nose was like completely shattered, and I was just in extreme. It takes a long time for a broken nose to heal. It takes like 6 months or something, which I didn't know that.
Oh,
so I stopped working out. I mean, it was a good time. I was on painkillers.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, come on. Yeah, well, it's not,
Yeah,
let's not overstate how fucking wonderful it was.
I think I started crying when I had to go back to work. I was like, I'd rather be in bed on painkillers.
That's what I thought when COVID ended. Yeah. I was like, what? No. Can we just kill more old people so I don't have to go back to work?
I want to be hallucinating on painkillers and eating ice cream all day long.
I missed COVID so much.
I tried watching. I worked during all of COVID.
I mean, I did for most of it, yeah.
I worked
as well.
in person.
As much as people hated me for doing it. And I ran shows during COVID.
Oh, really?
I was the fucking man here in Atlanta. No, like, COVID started, I guess, March, April 2020 when we really started taking it seriously. I started Dirty South Comedy in August of 2020.
Oh.
I started running shows at a bar in Kennesaw.
Yeah. Well,
and what's hilarious, though, was that, like, comedians would publicly talk shit about me. Or, like, to each other. Like, can you believe Matt's running shows? Can you believe he doesn't care about people? And then in my fucking DMs, those same exact comedians would be like, hey, man, can you put me on your show? And the amount of, and I have the records of people saying, hey, man, can you put me on your show? But hey, do me a favor. Just don't tell anybody. Like, don't put my picture on the flyer. Like, I don't want people to know I'm going out during COVID. It was all bullshit. Like, it's all bullshit for everybody. I mean, we all know that now at this point. But, yeah. But it was so awesome for me, though, being the only one running shows. Like, I was on top of the world, dude. I was like the man. And then as soon as everything came back, nobody gave a fuck about me anymore.
I'm sorry I sent you those messages.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You weren't even a comedian back then.
No, I wasn't.
You were still in high school.
I wasn't even alive back then. No.
You weren't even I wasn't even alive back then.
No. 2020?
You were still in your dad's balls.
By 2020, I should have graduated college years ago.
No, but were you still in college in
No.
2020? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Did you never graduate? Is that what you're saying? Damn, dude. It took me... It was almost 10 years after I graduated college that I actually got my degree. I was missing 2 classes. But I'm a bartender. I never needed my degree. But my grandmother passed away, and part of her...
And that inspired you to get your bartending degree?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to bartending school, Grandma. I got you. No, she died, and part of her will or whatever was paying off my student loans. I had like $100,000 of student loans.
Holy shit.
So I was like, fuck. I was like, I feel like I owe it to fucking Grandma to
I'm guessing
finish.
From the Citadel?
Yeah.
I almost went there.
Really?
Yeah.
How? Why?
From playing...
Congrats on not going there.
Yeah, we're playing football.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to go to Citadel or West Point to play football, and I'm glad I did not do that. Citadel was actually interested.
Yeah.
But then I was like, don't they sleep in like...
Did you ever make a visit to the campus? Or
No, I visited a bunch of other schools.
So I was roommates with a wrestler. When I was there, we had an incredible wrestling program.
Was there no...
Like all-American wrestlers, like these incredible wrestlers that were there when I was there. But I just knew from them and from like some football players and stuff that I had met that they lied to kids so bad. Like when they would bring them on recruitment trips, like they would take them out in Charleston, show them a good time, take them to the club, take them to bars. Do not show them the campus,
the school,
where people are getting fucking hazed and it's bullshit. Yeah, it sucks. And so these poor kids would start school there. As you know, they were the star high school football player, whatever. Not good enough to go to fucking UGA or whatever, but good enough to go to the Citadel, which is a Division I school. And so they were like, now they get there and they have to wear uniforms every day. There's some fucking kid a year older than them yelling at them. I mean, this kid that's like half their size, being like, you motherfucker. Like, no, they're like, hey, dude, fuck you. So it kind of sucks. That's why, they got a lot of shit, the athletes there, because they would try to get out of certain things, like certain military obligations that we had. They'd be like, oh, no, I'm an athlete. I'm going to go hide out in the football locker room. But it's also, you can't really blame them because they were not they didn't want to be at a fucking military college.
What were the military obligations?
Everything. I mean, we wore like 3 or 4 different uniforms throughout the day. Every morning you would get an email
did you have
of your schedule.
Yeah,
exactly. Lingerie time. And then, No, but you would get a schedule and hour by hour. And it'd be like, you have to be here at this exact time, be at breakfast at 6 a.m. in this uniform, go to your classes in this uniform, lunches at noon in this different uniform, afternoon drill practices in this uniform. And so that's why a lot of people, when they get out of the military or get out of military college, they don't know how to fucking dress. They don't know how to act. That's why you see these motherfuckers tucking their T-shirts into cargo pants and just being awkward around women.
You don't have to join the military after that?
No.
So you're telling me the feeder program for the U.S. military is worse than the Georgia football team? They're weaker.
Yeah. Well, they're not joining the military. I mean, the Citadel's a public college.
Oh,
so
okay.
about 50% of the people that go there end up going into the military, but 50%
Oh.
don't. 50% of them are just fucking good old boys that went there because their dad wanted them to, so they can run their company when they get out. So yeah, I was in the Army before I even got there. I enlisted in the Army, and I was on Army scholarship, so I did all the Army stuff.
Oh, shit.
But it was every branch there. Like the West Point is all Army.
Okay.
West Point, or you got the Naval Academy is all Navy.
Oh, yeah.
The Citadel is a public college, and they have all different branches. So I had friends that were Air Force guys, I had friends that were Marines guys, friends that were Navy guys, and I was just Army. And then some of them just weren't. They still had to take ROTC. They still had to do all the military stuff, but they weren't commissioned. They weren't going to go into the military afterwards. They were just at a military school for the discipline.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw that there was like no doors on the bedrooms, and you had to have like.
Yeah, no doors. I'll walk around and check. It's weird fucking. So as a freshman,
I was like, that looks like prison to me.
Oh no! So the barbed wires face inward like a prison. It's not out. It's a crazy thing. Because on my 21st birthday, I had to sneak out of college. I snuck out of college on my 21st birthday to go buy liquor. Like I put my bag. I took a.
You weren't allowed to leave?
No, you're not allowed to leave. No.
What?
Only on the weekends and during certain times on the weekends. And you have to earn overnight. So to be able to stay out overnight somewhere, you have to earn that. It's like a special privilege to be able to stay out overnight. It sucked. It's a college. I know, not a prison. It's a college that you choose to go to. It's a public college. You can quit, drop out of any time you want. But anyway, so my 21st birthday, I took my bath mat from my room, and I threw it over the barbed wire, and I climbed over the barbed wire. I walked 2 miles through the fucking hood. Because every college campus is just surrounded by the hood, and that's just how it works. So I walked 2 miles through the hood to get through a fucking liquor store. And I get there, and the guy doesn't even ID me. I bought I wasn't really a drinker back then, so I bought like a cheap bottle of gin, whatever they had, because my roommate drank gin. And I get there, and he just charged me, and I leave. I'm like so disappointed. I leave. I walk out, and I'm like, no, this isn't right. And I walk back into the liquor store, and I go, hey man, can you ID me? This is my 21st birthday. And the guy, credit to him, he's hilarious. He was like, actually here in Charleston, you have to be 21 plus a day. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow. And I'm like, what? And he's like, no, you're good. You're good. I'm fucking with you. And so he let me take it, whatever. And I just sneaked back into school, drank this fucking nasty-ass gin. And yeah, that was my 21st birthday.
Gin, that's a great...
My roommate, I had this fucking nerdy fucking dork Dungeons and Dragons kid as my roommate, and he drank gin. Yeah, exactly. Gin and juice is what we drink. Gin and orange juice. Which
gin and orange juice?
Yeah, we thought we were Snoop Dogg.
Fuck?
Gin and juice. Which just gets you sick.
That's gross.
Just gin and fucking a lot of acidic acid or whatever.
I can put down
stomach.
I can put down a lot of liquor, but sugary ass like acidic juice tears me up.
Yeah.
Or soda, regular soda tastes like sludge to me. But I'll sit there and drink a whole bottle of vodka.
That's my shit. I drank gin for the longest time, and I would always tell people like I want the gin that's like not super juniper, not super botanical. Like I don't want all this crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And someone was finally like, "That's just vodka." I was like, "Oh!" So now I've been drinking vodka for because gin is just vodka with a bunch of fucking herbs
I like
in it.
Gin now. It's good now.
Certain ways I like it, but
I
drink cheap vodka.
My wife's like a big coffee person.
Yeah,
she loves her coffee, so she'll like try different like fancy coffees. And she got one recently, and it was like peach and like the coffee beans are like infused with like peach and like a bunch of floral. I got a burp.
So that coffee wasn't for you?
It's disgusting. It's just like I don't want bitter black fruity peach coffee. I don't know. That's not funny, but it just sucks. I hate
I've been
drinking
through phases with coffee. I'm not a big coffee guy, but when I like coffee, I like it fucking sweet, and I like coffee like I like my women, sweet and white. Not black at all, and very nice and sweet.
Yeah,
no, I like my women. A lot of milk. A lot of cream. Just hold the coffee, actually. You can just keep the coffee. I'll just have some milk.
Let's just have some milk. Milk makes you... I don't think people are supposed to have milk.
Oh, I've definitely become lactose intolerant, but it gives me the fucking gas. So I just drink but I get lactose-free milk because I'm bougie. But it also lasts like 2 months. You get a regular gallon of milk from the grocery store, it lasts like 3 days. If you get the lactose free, it lasts like 2 months.
Really?
Whatever I think the lactose is what makes it go bad quicker.
Oh.
So if I get lactose free, just because it lasts longer.
I started thinking a while ago that I was lactose intolerant because I felt like every time I ate pizza, I would
You'd want
like
to suck a dick?
yeah, exactly.
Like, wait a second, why do I keep wanting dick in my mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably the lactose.
It's the lactose.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, every time I eat pizza, I'm like puking a lot.
Yeah.
And so
I
I'm
just
like,
get the farts.
I
I
must
get gas.
Well, it's because I was drinking like 12 beers with the pizza. but we went to Athens and
Surely it can't be the 12 beers I had. It was probably that slice. That's probably that slice of
16
pizza I
beers.
had. That was definitely. It wasn't the 16 beers I had.
that gallon and a half of Hopsecutioner I had. It
Yeah.
certainly wasn't
It
that.
wasn't that. No.
It
It was
was
probably that cheese.
It was the 3
was
slices
probably
of pizza.
Yeah.
But we were like in Athens, and we were just bar hopping, and every bar we were doing like the PBR with a shot, like special, whatever.
Yeah.
And just had, $100 of alcohol per person.
Dang.
I don't know, 10 shots, 10 beers, whatever. And then we got pizza, and we got back to his place, and he was like, "Do you want to stay here?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's no way I'm driving home." And I'm a big man, so I climb in their guest bed, and the legs gave out on the guest bed and collapsed underneath me. And it was while I was climbing on it.
No way.
So my elbow, it was like an IKEA bed that was like
I
loosely
know,
put
but
together. It was like
I'm just imagining like a little kid's plastic chair sitting in and the legs go. I'm not like a full fucking
not
bed.
not the legs,
No,
the supports under it,
Okay.
the beam,
Alright.
not legs, beams.
Oh, okay.
The beams.
I was picturing the 4 legs just like all just giving out
No,
like a chair.
no,
You're
like that. That'd be bad.
Okay, so you just kind of
Yeah, the
middle of
beams
it. Okay.
give out, but the whole bed just collapsed, and the headboard like fell
Yeah.
and shit. And then my elbow hit their nightstand and just knocked the top of it off and just threw shit all over the room. I'm just like destroying it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have to puke now. And I go in the bathroom and I was on the toilet, but I like had to puke. Anyway, too much information. So I puked in their bathtub
Okay.
and filled it up with all the pizza that I'd been eating. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, guys, I think I'm lactose intolerant.
Guys, I think I know the problem. I think I figured out the culprit of last night.
Yeah, my body.
It's not my weight. It's not my alcohol consumption. It's not anything. It's probably that fucking milk.
Yeah, that little bit,
fucked me
that
up.
little
Yeah.
layer of cheese on that. Because
Yeah.
I was like, my body didn't digest any of that pizza. Like the whole slice was coming out of me. So I was like, I think I
You're
just
like,
can't handle.
my body completely handled and filtered out all 16 of those beers.
Yeah.
No problem. It got to the pizza and it was like, whoa, what are you fucking doing, dude?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You can't put this shit in your body.
Dang.
But that kept happening, and then I had this cause and effect, the correlation, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, every time I eat pizza, it's also with 20 Coronas or whatever.
What's funny is I'm always so high, and I get so high so often that like it took me a long time to realize that it was the fucking dairy making me fart. I would just eat it and then just fart and stuff, and then I'd be like, oh, whatever. But then one day I was like, wait a second, there is a core. It's when I drink the milk.
Yeah.
Or the cheese.
That tore me up.
Cheese. But
You think you're lactose intolerant now?
I think so.
Really?
It just makes me fart. I mean, it's like, but it's within like a couple minutes. So I don't know if that's how fast I guess maybe it is. But like I'll have like a slice of pizza or like a piece of cheese or a cheeseburger or whatever. And within minutes, I just got some farts.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
I don't,
it. So I mean, I don't
know.
really avoid it because I don't give a fuck about farting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't really do that anymore. I don't know why.
You don't fart anymore?
Not really.
Damn, because you're married.
Yeah,
You've
exactly.
lost your fun.
I'm holding it in.
Damn, dude, you gotta let it out.
Exactly.
How long you been married for? By the way, shows how well we know each other. I don't know shit about you. How long you been married? How old were you when you got married?
It was this year. It was a few months. It was a few months ago.
Oh, really?
June 8th. Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's sick. That's awesome. How long did y'all
Yeah.
date for?
A while.
Yeah.
A little while.
Okay. How'd you meet? When did crowd work you?
Bumble.
Bumble?
Yeah.
So she messaged you first? Isn't that the
Yeah.
one? Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I always like those. Yeah, I mean, prefer those. I need a girl
Yeah.
to fucking lay it out for me. I'm terrible at like making moves or greeting signs.
Oh,
I need a
really?
girl to fucking like, and they will, but yeah, I need a girl to fucking just put it all on the table before I'm like, oh, she wants to fuck. Oh, she likes me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was really bad at like dating and stuff.
Yeah.
It just, yeah. She was the first one that we just kept going.
Hell yeah.
It just never stopped, and we were both like, "This is."
I guess we're
I don't
stuck with
wanna-
each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What does she do for work?
Right now she works with me, but she's trying to be a fashion designer.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So she went to SCAD for.
Oh
Fashion
yeah,
design.
that's a great fucking school. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a great fucking school.
Yeah, there's just.
I mean,
not,
art and design's gay, but if you're gonna do it, SCAD's the fucking. No, do it into the mic. Don't laugh off the mic. She'll hear it.
I don't want it to be too loud.
Yeah, hilarious.
I don't want to peek the
SCAD's good.
microphone, but
Okay, we're good.
but yeah, and I forgot what I was gonna say, but there's not a ton of opportunities in Atlanta for fashion design
Really?
stuff.
You would
Not a
think.
ton.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
There's like 2 companies. One of them's like Carter's Baby Clothes.
Was that based out of Atlanta?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So we may or may not move to like Philly or New York.
Damn. What's in Philly?
In a while.
I mean, I get New York and LA, but what's in Philly?
A company called Anthropology.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was
I'm
like,
not a fucking idiot. All right?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I only
They got
know because-
candles and shit.
No.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It's like I think it's Anthropology. I'm totally wrong. I don't know. It's like a company that, or maybe it's Urban Outfitters. I don't know. I don't remember.
Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
They own Urban Outfitters or something. She's not going to listen to this. There's no way.
No, why? Nobody is.
You're right.
No, it's she. No, it's all good. You can edit it out.
But I thought like Philly is close enough to New York, so we could live like in between if she works in Philly, or because inside of New York is an impossibility.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Jersey City or something like that. That's like close by. So, but that probably I think I'm gonna wait like 3 years, 2 or 3 years. For that.
Not a bad idea for both of y'all.
Yeah,
But, I mean, it's
it
great.
makes
Yeah, I mean,
sense.
Philly or New. I mean, that area is great for comedy,
Yeah.
fashion, all that shit. So I mean, yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I just always tell people that when I move to New York or Austin or LA from here in Atlanta, I'm like, you need to be the best or one of the best comedians here in Atlanta before you. I've seen so many people start comedy and within a year or two move to New York, move to LA, move to Austin, and they're fucking drowning. They suck. Because like you need to. I mean, Atlanta's got so many great opportunities. A lot of open mics. It's great.
yeah.
So you can either be here or you can go there and just it's just you're going to be overwhelmed by the amount of people that are there.
It's kind of like I would be moving there like unrelated.
Yeah,
to
no, I
comedy,
mean,
so
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
it's
kind
not
of
like you have to
oopsies, I kicked the camera.
Earn your way, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
I think we're still
yeah.
good.
Oh,
You kicked mine. Yeah, we're good.
but like I'd be moving there just because we have to.
Yeah.
We also the goal is, and we'll see if this ever happens. The goal is Philly or New York, stay there for a while, and then at some point, London or Paris, which is crazy. I don't know if I want to.
What the fuck are you going to do in Paris?
I don't know.
Just stand out?
Yeah, look completely conspicuous, I suppose.
Oui. Let me get those fucking croissants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what French comedies. I mean, you could probably take over the French comedy game because I don't think there's much.
I don't speak French is the problem.
Oh,
And I was really bad at Spanish.
really?
Yeah, I was
Is that what you
really
studied
bad.
in high school and shit?
Yeah, a little bit. I did 1 year and I barely passed, and then I did the next year and I did not pass.
Hell yeah.
I failed, so then I had to retake it, and I was like clearly just did not know what I was doing. And the guy was like, "What are you doing here? Like, what? You don't know anything." And I was like, "Don't I have to do this to get into?" I was like, "I want to play football for UGA. Don't I have to do this?"
You're wasting everybody's time right now. What the fuck are you doing here? And you're like, I just signed up for the class. I don't know.
They did do that to me. I tried to take the theater class.
Yeah.
And I think I was there for 10 or 15 minutes, and on the roll call, she looked at me and was like, "Go see your guidance counselor. You can't take this."
See, that's prejudice and intolerance in the other way. You know, us straight white guys, we need to talk about this, all right? I don't, you know, this now that we're back in Trump's America again, I think, you know, I got a couple of gripes. No, I mean, but, like, could you imagine them they looked at you and just assumed you're a football player, you're a jock, you don't belong in the theater program. Could you imagine them looking at some theater kid and telling him he doesn't belong in the football program? They did that. They just beat him up. Fucking queer.
Well, you're assuming that's why. It was because it was like I didn't have like the proper credits to be in the class. It wasn't.
Oh, you just didn't have the prerequisites. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were just too cool.
No, I was letting you get through that.
They were like, say that. No, I just didn't take Theater 101, so I can't take 201.
I would never. I don't know.
It wasn't a fucking prejudice
This
thing.
is too advanced for me. I need to do more simple plays like. I don't know what he plays.
Rent. Don't they all get AIDS? You'd be perfect for that.
I would. Why would I be perfect for AIDS?
Because you look pre-AIDS.
I do look
pre-AIDS.
pre-AIDS.
Find like
What's pre-AIDS look like?
Alive. Not dying.
I think it's
not Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good reference of a movie I've never seen. I just know what it is.
I think I went through like a very snobby like movie phase where I was like, I have to watch anything with a high rating.
I'm not a movie guy. I've never. Do you like movies? Do you like movies?
Not as much anymore. Like I like older movies. I don't really like a lot of current. Nothing very new like super interests me. I like stuff that's like shot on film. I'm such a douchebag. What's
your favorite movie of all time?
I don't know. That's hard.
I hate giving definite
it's so
questions.
hard.
We've talked about this. Okay, what's a movie you like a lot that you can just put up there?
Something that I could like watch on repeat is like Goodfellas, probably.
Okay, that's a good one.
Goodfellas
I do like
is really good.
Yeah, Godfather movies I tried to get into. They're good. It's just not something I would watch.
It's
over
a little.
Whereas Goodfellas is one of those you can kind of watch.
Yeah, the pacing.
Any part in the movie.
Goodfellas, it's just such a quick story, and it's like this has been on for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, like I said, and you can also jump in at any point and kind of understand. It's still action packed.
Ooh, also, have you ever seen
Blow?
Have you ever seen Gattaca?
The fuck is that?
Gattaca's so good.
Gattaca.
It's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Okay.
And Jude Law, whatever. That's the British guy, right?
Jude and Uma. Yeah.
It's really good.
Not the guy from Coldplay, but similar.
Who?
He's not the guy from Coldplay.
Uma Thurman?
No, Jude Law.
Oh, no.
He's not Chris Martin from Coldplay, but he's very similar.
Oh, okay.
Similar aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen Coldplay. I've heard them.
Okay.
I've never grazed my eyes upon their
you do some grazing,
presence.
Dude.
Yeah,
eat it up. Yeah, get some Chris Martin.
Gobble up
life.
some Coldplay.
Yeah. Didn't he date? Oh no, not Uma Thurman. It was the chick with the pussy candle. Who's got the pussy candle?
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah,
they were exploding in people's houses a while ago.
Wait, what?
That's old news.
I didn't hear about
her
that.
Her vagina candle was
How the fuck does it explode?
I don't know.
She got the bomb pussy?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I don't know.
No, I knew about the candles, and supposedly they didn't even smell like pussy at all. They just smelled good. Because I've never smelled a pussy that smells good. But
your house didn't suddenly smell like a fish market, or what was the?
It smells like childhood. What is this? Grandma? This reminds me of going over to Grandma's house. The cinnamon broom. Did your grandma ever have those? The cinnamon broom?
My mom has the cinnamon brooms. She's got them all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are great, though. They are cool. You can get it for like $20, and they just
when I was a kid,
stink up your whole house.
When I was a kid, I thought it was like a real broom, so they'd ask me to sweep, and I'd use the cinnamon broom, and it just like tears up the fucking hardwood floors and gets just shit all over the place. But anyway, Gattaca. So you never seen
Gattaca?
It's about
Gattaca. Tell me about Gattaca. It's like in the tune of Panama.
Yeah. I thought it was that America.
Oh no, I know that shit annoys me. No, it was the Panama by
Led Zeppelin.
No.
Lynard Skynard.
No, keep trying.
Oh my God.
God damn it! No, I'm like really can't figure it out. someone's banging their steering wheel right now. Like, it's fucking. Nobody's
Oh,
listening to this right
Panama?
now.
No,
Yeah.
it's Van Halen.
Van Halen. There you
Yeah,
go.
I was
Okay.
joking. Yeah.
I really couldn't think of it.
Oh,
Panama.
yeah. That's a good song.
Gattaca. Okay, what's Gattaca?
You got good pipe. You got deep
Thanks.
pipes.
I know.
Oh my god, I watched the SNL episode with God, what's her name?
Kamala?
The recent one. No, was she on there?
She did. I think she did the cold opening of their most recent episode
Oh, I didn't
with
see that.
the other
No,
bitch.
it was Ariana Grande,
Okay.
and this musical guest was Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
Oh,
She's still alive.
yeah. It was kind of sad to
Yeah?
watch. Yeah.
Was it like who's that other old guy that they keep shouting out there? The guy that does the Jersey doo-wop. God damn it!
I don't
I'm
know.
so terrible. I know what things are. I just can't really ever name them.
Yeah.
That's not great for
I'm like
podcast listeners.
I'm okay with
He did like the
names.
Jersey Girl or the
the
damn
Pet
it.
Shop Boys or
yeah,
something.
yeah, something like that. It was
I
like a
don't know.
very doo-wop. But it's this old guy that's just like 100 years old, and they keep like trouting him out there on
there's
stage.
there's so
And
many.
he's just like he's dying. He's Joe
Elton-
Biden right now.
Elton
He's just-
John.
no, Elton John's still fucking kicking.
Yeah, he is.
No,
He's
that
doing good.
cum is keeping him alive.
Okay.
That man.
Excellent nutritional value in that stuff.
I
It
mean,
keeps you alive.
High protein, that's for sure.
That's how I've been keeping my grandpa alive.
Your own cum? It's very selfless of you. Damn, if only I've thought of that. My grandpa's dead.
Oh,
If only I
well,
had given him some cum.
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yep.
How long has that been off?
I don't know.
Did it die?
I don't think it's been very long. Let's see.
We have audio. It can just be on me.
Got unplugged.
Oh, did it really? Where was the plug at?
Right here?
Did the dog do that?
Probably.
I'll make a very simple.
just a crude drawing of me, and it just
Yeah.
cuts to me talking when the audio's playing of me.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
Hell yeah! All right, it's recording. All right, I mean, yeah, I don't think it was more than a couple minutes.
All right, let's start over.
All right, so this is to show me your bits.
No.
What are we talking about?
Politics.
Politics. No, yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm hoping we don't have to get into it too much throughout the life of this podcast.
Yeah,
Let's talk some shit. We'll talk some shit.
I'm like very, because I feel like with politics and all this stuff, it starts getting like so existential and so like this huge picture and stuff. And I'm like a very simple person who likes to focus on like the here and now
Yeah.
in every day
Yeah.
and like the just small little like
Yeah, let
good-
me smoke my weed. Let me watch my YouTube videos. And just leave me alone. It's,
Yeah.
it's. Yeah.
so or like I don't know, I just like going on a walk without music and just without my phone and just looking around at the world around me, you know, and
Damn.
and
That's some psychopath shit.
I feel like no, it's not. I used to go walk like 30 miles without a phone, without anything, and like it's funny because I was talking to Jacob Worthington and he's like, "Yeah, I used to hitchhike across the country on and whatever." I'm like,
dude,
"It's not a competition, man." But
you ever raw dog an airplane flight? Have you heard of that? It's like
I've
a
only
new thing.
I've only
Do you know
been
what that
on,
is?
like no music, no entertainment.
Yeah, yeah. You just
don't
sit there
fall asleep.
the whole flight. Yeah, you just sit there and like look forward. It was like-
If I had a window seat, I could probably do that
maybe.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm just so like easily entertained by just anything.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know. I just don't. I do sometimes like way overstimulate. I'll be like playing a video game while watching YouTube stuff, and my wife's playing music and TikToks, and you know, there's a bunch of stuff going on. What's it called? Dopamine stacking or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
Sounds right.
sometimes I also just go like walk around for a while, or I just sit and do like absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's probably a good thing to do because I know, like, yeah, I'm definitely overstimulated to where, like, I'll be working and somebody will having a conversation with me. And if it's not the most interesting podcast, they're just talking to me about boring, like, we just go put on a podcast. Why are you talking to me right now?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't want to hear your bullshit.
That's my thing too. I will talk to anybody about anything.
Really?
I don't find anything boring. Like
I
what?
miss that. I used to be like that. But yeah, I've gotten.
I just like talking to people.
Hell yeah.
And about like literally anything. If they're not funny or whatever, like I don't care. If they're not funny or interesting, like
See, I need people to be funny. It's like my problem with every relationship I've ever been in.
Really?
You're like talking and be like, you're not being funny at all. You're not. This is not. What are we doing here? We're not riffing. You're just telling me about your day in a very emotional way. Come on, punch it up a little bit.
Yeah, and there's
some girl be telling me
people-
about their boss that they hate. And I'm like, come on, what does he look like? Just punch it up.
The dog.
Yeah, we're good still. Isabella, get out of here.
Come here, dog. Yeah, I find like other people's experiences interesting. On like every kind of. I can see that getting old though.
I mean, that's my fault though. I used to be way more interested in people than I am now.
Yeah.
I'm very cynical now. Very jaded.
I'm the opposite. I used to be like that, and I don't know what it is, but now I'm
start
just like,
bartending. You'll hear a bunch of fucking boring shit. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
Lucinda at the office lost all the paperwork and lost her keys in her car.
Yeah, fucking
AAA had to come. It's like,
up.
this is so boring. Anyway, I was at the McDonald's drive-thru and they forgot the pickles on my
nothing
hamburger.
worse than like I'm just like bartending, just doing my thing, and you go to a new customer, you're like, hey, how's it going, guys? And then they just look at you and go, not good. And I immediately die, and so I'm just like, fuck you, you motherfucker.
Who does that?
A lot of people. I mean, a lot of people want
Really?
to dump all their problems onto a bartender. I mean, that's part of the job. You know, we make good money. I think that's part of what I'm supposed to be doing, but I just hate it. Because like I said, when I'm so in like the zone, I'm like, you know, like, where can I get your drink? Where can I get your drink? Where can I get your drink? How's it going? How's it going? I'm in the zone, and you get to somebody like, hey, how's it going, buddy? And they're like, not good, actually. So I was at work. I'm like, fuck you. And they just trauma dump onto you. Which I guess,
Really?
I mean, yeah, that's part of the whole, deal, I guess. But
I don't
I
know.
hate when people do that.
I
People
don't-
do trauma dump on
I
the
don't-
bartenders a lot.
I don't really I don't know how this sounds. I don't really care when people do that because it doesn't like affect me. Because I'm like, you're not really got anything to do with me. So like hearing someone else's woes and troubles doesn't really like make me. But I've had people say that where they're like, if I'm accidentally trauma dumping or something, they're like, oh, it puts me in a bad mood or something. But I'm like, I don't think, me personally, I just don't.
I guess when you hear it,
You have too much.
when you have your own stuff going on, you got your own shit you're dealing with, and you're trying to put on a fake.
Your big problem is that you have too much empathy, is what it sounds like.
Maybe I care too much.
Yeah.
That's my biggest weakness. Is I care too much.
You
I
take-
don't. No, I don't. I mean, I guess I do. I am very empathic. I do kind of take on people's shit. So in that regard, I do try to avoid it. So when someone starts like dumping all their shit onto me, I'm like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like, why are you gonna put that on me now? Like, why do I have to carry your shit?
Yeah, and
I
I
got my own shit going on. But
And
people are just trying to like relate. They're not trying to. They're not.
No.
So for me, I think that's been a big problem in like a lot of my relationships too. Is where somebody will explain their problems, and I feel like I have to solve that problem. And if I can't solve that problem, I feel like a piece of shit. That I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why are you doing this to me that I can't?
Yeah.
Well, really, they just want to complain. They just want you
Yeah.
to hear their shit.
I was so
That's-
bad
I
about
mean,
that
yeah.
for a while.
I'm terrible with girls or like women like that.
I was so bad about that with my wife.
Yeah, and I'll get
for a
so
while.
frustrated. Yeah, if I can't solve it, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get frustrated and like, fucking stop telling me then, because I can't solve the fact you don't like your boss. So it's like, no, they just want to tell you they don't like their
Yeah.
boss. They just want you to listen.
Yeah,
and
some
like,
people, it's. I think it's helpful. That's the whole point of therapy. I've never been to therapy, to be honest with you, but I think that's the whole point is that you have someone to like lay all those problems out on, and so
Yeah.
like if, and I've heard people like shit on like trauma dumping, being like, oh, people don't want to hear that, and like save that for your therapist or whatever. But I think it's good to have like people that are close enough that you can.
sure,
confide
but
in.
not a fucking random bartender that you don't know. Not somebody that just wants
you're
to
right.
serve you a beer. Not somebody
Yeah.
that's like, hey, here's a Coors Light. Let me tell you about my divorce. I'm just like, okay, all right. No, I mean, yeah, it's just like, yeah. Some people are.
What's like a really
overshare.
bad overshare you've had recently?
This lady came in with a black eye.
With a what?
A black eye, not a black guy.
Oh,
A
okay,
black
okay,
eye.
okay.
Her eye was black. Like
Uh-huh.
She got hit. And I come and I'm just in the zone. It was a busy shift, and I'm like, "Oh, how's it going?" I get to her, I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? Can I get you something to drink?" And she goes, "You're not good. Can we talk?" And just immediately, because like I said, you're in that zone where you're just like kind of just moving person, and I'm just like, yeah, give me a second. And I just had to go get somebody else something, and I came back to her, and I kind of knew. I was like, fuck, this is not going to be good. So I get back to her, I'm like, hey, yeah, what's going on? She's like, oh, well, my boyfriend just hit, or no, she goes, my old man put his hands on me.
How was it, an elderly
This was
lady?
a 25-year-old woman.
No.
This was a 25-year-old that said, my old man put his hands on me. And yeah, so I was just immediately like,
She said, let me get
what the fuck is going on? Like, I was just like, okay, all right, this is...
Let me get a gin and tonic. My old man just put his hands on me.
Man, how's the war going?
Listen, Skippy.
No, but I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she started going over to other people at the bar and like tables in the restaurant. Started going up to them and be like, "Hey, how y'all do?" Yeah, my old man put his hands on me, and I just don't know.
Was it on Halloween? Was it a prank?
No, this was like 6 months ago. And I mean, people are just like, yeah. And I hate this, but I had to go to the lady, and I put my arm around her. I was like, "Hey, ma'am, I'm so sorry. What happened to you? But you're bumming people out." I mean, like, you have to, like, and I've explained this to other people, and they agreed with me. Like, you're at a bar, people are having fun, people are enjoying their time, they want to have a good time in a bar. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you're bumming people. Like, I had like a few people like leave, like just didn't want to be there with this energy. So I had to like go to her and be like, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry."
You should have said, listen, yeah, dumb broad.
You're right. Yeah, you want another one? I guess you didn't listen the first time, huh? You need a second black eye?
So it just happened to her, like right before.
She had just come from. Yeah,
she wasn't like, I want to call the police or go to the.
No, she just wanted to.
I need to go to
vent to people.
I need to go to the.
That's the thing is like, yeah. So like either have a constructive plan of action, go to the police, but just going to random strangers and being like, yeah, he put his hands on me. I don't know what to do now.
That's also not to shame anybody who is a victim of domestic abuse.
Clearly not. But go to the right channels of
I'm not saying that to you. I'm prefacing.
Yeah.
But also, well, I'm saying that because some people like are afraid to go to the police or whatever. Like, but if you're getting like punched in the face,
no, yeah. Fuck that dude. Yeah, go get him arrested. Get him fucking locked up forever. I don't give a fuck.
Was she like looking for help or because my thing is
she wanted sympathy and people to and it clearly wasn't she was going to leave this guy. I mean, it was like the way she was talking. She's like, oh, yeah, he's done this before and he gets this way sometimes. So it's like you feel bad. But it's like you're a complete stranger though.
Yeah, but that's not something you go to. It's not like like walking into a bar with a broken leg. Can you believe what happened? Look at this thing; it's broken. I swear.
But I mean, it's like a homeless person coming into a bar and like wanting money or food or it's like it's so fucking tough as an employee there. To not, I mean, you have sympathy for them, you have empathy, you feel for them, but it's like, but you also can't let that be a thing to where they ruin the vibe of the entire place. Like you can't you can't let a homeless person go table to table asking people for money.
No,
you do have to stop that. Like I've had to do that plenty of times. To go up and be like, hey man, I'm sorry, you can't be in here. You can't. They'll just go table to table. People are just enjoying their meals, having a good time, living their life, and so because you don't want them to have that is their experience at your establishment.
Yeah.
To where they're like, like every time we go to McCracken's.
For sure. There's some guys. I've been seeing the art guy. There's a guy that sells art.
I was at Limerick, At
Litterbox Junction.
Litterbox Junction. That's hilarious. No, so he's another one that I feel like the employees there want to tell him, but they just are too scared to say something to him. It's like, well, he's loitering. He's like harassing your customers that are wanting to spend money with you, and he's kind of like, let me draw you.
Yeah,
it's like
it's pretty good art. I mean, what is it? What do you think he runs? 1,000, 2,000 for a piece of that?
Probably
for a piece of that work. And that's,
Picasso wasn't understood while he was still alive. Yeah, so that might be one of those situations.
That's like $1,000 you could be spending at the bar.
Yeah, that's true.
That night.
It's true.
Yeah.
No, but he's smart. He finds couples and he'll like guilt the dude into like, come on, let me draw you and your beautiful lady. And the guy's like, okay, fuck, all right.
Is it good? Is he good at it?
I don't know if I've ever seen. I hope he does caricatures, but I don't think he does. I think he just draws good stuff. But it'd be hilarious if he drew like people with like huge noses because you're Jewish. You're like,
God.
Just caricature.
Oh golly,
I wish I could be a caricature
that would
artist.
be funny. Yeah,
I wonder how that art is doing these days. Do you
caricature
think
art?
they've gotten? Do you think woke culture got to the caricature
Canceled the
artists?
caricature artists?
I don't think so. I've seen some caricature artists like, yeah, if you have any kind of abnormal nose at all, that's the first thing. They're just drawing a huge nose on you.
I remember people when I was younger would have like every time they went on vacation, they would go on 4 vacations.
You get the
a
airbrush
year.
T-shirt. You
Yes.
get the caricature drawing.
But they would have them like framed in their house.
my dad.
all these caricature things. They look so ugly as like a decor piece.
giant head on a little neck and just whatever
It's like a
exaggerated
Sharpie
feature.
drawing from some guy. Who,
My dad always had them. My dad's
Oh.
like a super Italian dude, like dark tan, like always wore gold jewelry. So yeah, so every drawing, every
yeah.
caricature he had was just like the most offensive Irish Italian stereotype. Just my dad, just like a fucking gabagool sandwich and like his fucking chains on and just But but that's funny though. You know, like it's.
Yeah,
You can't. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. And so that's the thing I appreciate. He was able to laugh at himself. He was able to, like, all right, that's me.
because I feel like whenever I saw like the white people get the caricature drawings, there wasn't really like anything about it that was like offensive. So what would a modern like white person caricature be? It'd be like they're standing in like the hallway of a school with a gun or something.
Wearing a white tipped hat.
Yeah.
Or, gun, just angry, blue hair. I don't know.
How would you? Yeah, I don't know. I made that sound
I
like
don't know. Minorities are so much easier to make fun of. You're right. You're right. I don't know how you make fun of
not-
white people these days.
as
What are you
soon
going
as
to
I
say?
s-
Like, oh, you're the
as soon as
best.
I
You're
said
smart.
that, I was like, no, but like, you know what I mean? Well, I guess it depends on
Yeah.
who you're going to.
yeah.
But it just seemed like the caricature. I'm saying the caricature artists are the racists because they're the. I don't know.
No. They're the realists. They're not
They're
being
the-
racist. They're being real.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones that take a microscope to society and say,
Oh, for
"What do you
sure.
see?" I don't know. I don't know what caricature artists are these days.
Have you ever seen Nathan For You?
Yeah.
The
Great
caricature
show, great.
artist on that one.
Maybe. I don't know if I
it's
remember
like
that one.
it's
It's just crazy.
it's the craziest,
offensive
most
shit.
racist shit ever. It's like a Chinese guy, and he's got like the character. He's just a
two big buck teeth in the
yes,
front.
and he's just like a totally
Just regular Asian dude. Just like,
regular
hey, what's
guy.
up, man? Can I get a caricature?
Yeah.
Oh, ding dong, ding dong, ding bong.
No,
Like,
it was
okay,
so bad.
Thanks, dude.
It was like he's like flying a kamikaze plane. It was like a mix of like all these different cultures.
That is funny. All right. At the end of the day, if we're able to just put everything aside, that's kind of fucking funny. I mean, like, I'm Italian. Like, if you draw me eating a pizza, or I don't know what, I mean, that's not offensive to be eating a pizza, but, I don't know. Like, you draw me as Mussolini or fucking whatever. Like, I'm not going to be offended. But I guess that's my white privilege showing that I've just never had real racism towards me, even though I have.
You have
Yeah.
towards your Italianity.
No, I mean, well, I grew up down in Miami, so I was like one of the few white kids down there.
Oh,
But I liked it.
I
thought
grew
the
up.
jokes were funny. They called me Gringo.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
What does that actually mean? Like,
Just
is there like a meaning?
white
behind it?
guy? Or I don't know the exact meaning of gringo, but just like a white person.
Yeah.
Call 'em gringo.
I told you I failed Spanish, so I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know what
you don't
gringo
know
means.
shit. Yeah, I was the white boy.
I think I don't know. I tried to ask my grandpa what we were the other day, and there was
American.
No, my grandpa's very like liberal.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They have a.
I'm glad my grandpa's not gay. What's that like?
Well, they have a china set in like a what's it called? In like a presentation case.
And they don't
And
call it
it's-
an Oriental set anymore.
No,
Is that how
yeah,
progressive they are.
Exactly. No, but it's the centerpiece is like the Obama family, and then the other plates, the other dishes are all the like Democratic like presidents of the past, or something like that. I don't know where do you get that from?
I mean, I guess probably a similar place as my grandpa gets his Trump commemorative coins from. It's saying, I mean, both sides have
Yeah,
their
true.
dumb shit. Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god!
every what?
Did you see the?
Did you get a Trump bear? Remember that from the last election? I just
Uh-uh.
remember that from that. They were called Trumpy bears. It was like a bear, like a stuffed animal bear, but it was Trump.
Now
And it was
this time they had a Trumpy trout, and it was
Trumpy
like those
trout.
bass heads on the wall.
Big head
that-
Billy Bash.
Yeah, and it's a real fucking commercial on TV. And there's like it's like they're like, oh, he's got real hair, and there's like a little girl combing his hair.
Sitting by the river,
Yeah,
doom by the thing.
yeah. Have you?
No more black people in my country. I don't know. That was my Trumpy. That was my
your
Trumpy trout.
impression of it.
Get these immigrants
No.
out of here.
No, it just talks like Trump, but about fish stuff. So it's like I'm the bigliest fish in the whole pond.
Bigliest fish. That's hilarious.
in the whole
It
pond.
was great.
I don't know. It was like an expensive little toy, but it was like, oh, fun for the whole family. Like, who's playing with a fucking fish head mounted to the wall and combing its hair? Like, it's so
My
weird.
precious Trump fish. They can't get you to you now.
It's a high
They
end
won't lock you
collectible.
up. Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty fucking crazy.
oh my god. Do you want to get to bits?
Sure, yeah, we are like an hour into it.
Yeah, but
So
I
let's
think
do this
some of that
quickly.
stuff-
Jerry, know what you're
there's-
gonna.
There's going to be some stuff cut out for
No, I know.
sure.
Yeah,
My phone has this.
all the shit about your wife.
Yeah, she's not going to watch this.
I did do a funny thing the other day. We did the comedy clubhouse at Laughing Skull, where you have to do crowd work. I hate that. I hate that shit.
I was
I'm,
there-
I'm just
I was-
not good
I
at
was
crowd
there
work.
with you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We did it. It's like I'm just not. What it is it's a show at club here, and you do 2 minutes of prepared material, 2 minutes of crowd work, and then 1 minute of whatever on the wheel of topics they have. And I just hate forced crowd work because everybody's crowd working the same exact people that are in the front of the audience. And I'm just like, what do you guys? But I thought it was funny. I go, hey, you want me to fuck with you, or you want me to double it and pass it to the next person?
Yeah, I
Like,
thought that
oh,
was
wow.
funny.
Yeah,
I thought that
yeah.
was funny.
Yeah. But I think I can add more to that if I kind of add like an actual, like, you want me to, or double it and pass it to the next. I think that's a good idea because everybody kind of knows what that is at this point.
Oh, can I tell you a joke?
Yeah.
I riffed a joke the other night, and I'm wondering if this is like usable for something. So I was at a mic, and I don't know. It was like right after the election. It was that Wednesday night, and so I felt like there was a lot of political tension or whatever. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just not really like political. Is it okay if I just don't talk about that stuff? And someone was like, jokingly like, well, you get to not talk about that stuff. And I was like, what's a...
Must be nice.
I was like, well, what's like... I was like, okay, then what's a big issue that's going on right now? And someone was like, abortion. And I was like, I'll give you an abortion if you need one.
I didn't hear that part. Jesus.
And it made people laugh. And then I
Okay.
was like, well, you know what they say, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So eventually,
If you love what you do, not
Yeah.
a job. Yeah.
I'm just
there you
giving
go.
abortions for the love of the game.
Hell
Which
yeah.
is- but I don't know if that's like a recreatable thing or if that's just like a one-time like riff, or is that something I can make into a joke?
I mean, I
It's
guess you
very
could make a joke
situational.
about how you're so pro-choice that you're just knocking up bitches and letting them get abortion. But it just seems like such a crude, such a weird.
It's like in
thing
the
to,
in the
like-
moment it made sense
Yeah.
because it's what someone was talking about. But
Yeah.
but like I can't just walk up and be like, I'll give you an abortion, hey lady, I'll give.
Yeah,
You ever need one? You come to me.
I did think of, and it's fucked up. I thought of literally today while I was working. I thought of like a sketch idea for like a sketch comedy thing. If like a couple finding out they're pregnant, like a woman with like a pregnancy test that shows positive, and them like getting all emotional and like hugging. You know, like couples when they have been trying to get pregnant and they find out they're pregnant, like, oh my god, this we've been waiting for. It's so amazing, and they just cuts to them at the abortion clinic, like, we've been waiting so long to do this. Like, we're just.
Oh my god!
I know, I thought it was fucked up. A funny like sketch idea of like, you're like, it's just we've been waiting for this moment our whole lives, and they're just
Yeah.
at the abortion clinic, just like we're so good, we're such good liberals.
That
I don't know.
is that is what the right makes.
yeah,
liberals out
That's,
to
what,
seem
that's what
like-
the caricature is.
Yeah.
That people want
They-
to have abortions.
They're getting
or
pregnant on purpose, and
Yep.
then after
They're celebrating it.
after 12 months, they get an abortion.
Yep.
It's like what?
Get
that
a
doesn't.
40th trimester abortion. All right, so I guess yeah, we'll do some election based stuff because I wrote a few election jokes just trying to I mean like because that Wednesday, the day after the election, I feel like we had to talk about it, even though every
Yeah.
comedian talked about it. But here, I'll go over my Trump jokes that I did. Okay, here's one that. So this is the only one that like actually worked really well. I said, how did y'all let my body, my choice, get beat by my pillow?
That one.
Good. I did not think that was like the dumbest one I wrote. The best one I think I wrote that I don't know. I think now that it's been a little bit of time, I think people might laugh at. They just didn't that night. But I said that Trump is 0-1 against men. Like he lost against the only man he ever run against, but he's 2-0 against women. You know, because those are like home games for him. You know, Trump is really good at beating women at home. I think that's a great joke. Just like, you know, the punchline of Trump is really good at beating women at home.
Yeah.
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 You know, a wife beater kind of joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I did it that night, and I think people were just like, ooh.
Oh, really?
But just like I used to do a joke years ago when Trump, before you did comedy, when Trump first won the election, whatever, I go, Trump's a real big fan of the UFC. You know, Trump's a real big UFC guy. He likes MMA, which makes sense because Trump looks like he has a really good ground and pound technique. And by ground and pound, I mean he restricts his daughter from going out with her friends, so she stays home and fucks him instead. Ground and pound. It's a great fucking joke, but literally I would do it at the most like liberal places, and even they would be like, all right, man, that's a little too much. That's a little like I would do that joke and people would be like, all right, man, like we hate him, but that's a little much.
Yeah,
that's a little bit too much.
I've done a few Trump jokes like that where it was just like
you'd be like, okay, man, all right, you know, we don't like the guy, but relax.
Yeah, it was like I was trying to make jokes about him like having a relationship with Epstein.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if people didn't care.
No, like
So,
it's funny because my dad heard that joke I did. He's like, you know, he didn't really fuck his daughter. Okay, it's not true. I'm like, yeah, Dad, I know, dude. Just like the common like.
Yeah, it's like JD Vance didn't fuck a couch, but it's funny for people to just keep
people
saying
think about.
it.
Yeah.
I have something in my notes that you know Sabrina Carpenter,
Sort of.
like you know she's
I
a
know of
singer.
her.
And
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
of her.
yeah.
I'm just scrolling through my notes and there's no context. It just says Sabrina Carpet Bomber. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. She's not Middle Eastern. She's white.
No, I know, but again, I don't know what the context. She's not Middle Eastern.
No, I know.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I'm sure I have some fucking crazy
Oh my
notes. That, like,
God.
yeah, you write like a little couple words to make you remember, and you're like, what the fuck did I even mean?
I need to get organized. I do not have any of this shit like organized properly.
Really? I just use
No.
Evernote.
I keep wanting to make a Cars for Kids joke, and I just
Dude!
can't find.
What is okay? No. I wrote a Cars for Kids joke years ago. What's your Cars for Kids premise? Tell me, because I'll tell you what mine is. It's pretty fucking wild.
It's just like it's like a guy who like needs his car to like drive his kids to school and get to work and stuff, like donating, because I'm like, who has just like a car
to donate.
to donate? It's like that's my mode of transportation, to take my kids to school and get to work. To it's like, what does that kid need it for? It's like, oh, he's got to get to lacrosse practice. What the fuck does he need a car for? I don't know. But Cars for Kids is just the strangest.
It's a weird,
What was like-
jingle. It's a
how-
weird thing.
How old
So
are
my
these
joke
kids?
back in the day was
Are they living in the cars or?
right. My joke back in the day was that because the Cars for Kids, they spell it Kars, Cars for Kids, like with a K. And I used to do a joke about how that actually the guy that wrote that jingle, that wasn't his first attempt at writing a jingle. He actually wrote a jingle first for anti-DUI program. It was 1877 cars kill kids. KKK, yeah, cars kill kids. So it's just like a KKK. And yeah, it's weird they didn't buy the jingle from him when he did cars kill kids. KKK, yeah, cars kill kids. That was just a funny idea. Because I don't know why they put the cars with the K and the kids. So I just found the cars kill kids.
Why'd you stop doing that?
I don't know. Probably woke Biden shit.
Okay.
But now that Trump's back in office, I think I'll probably break it back out.
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I think it's time. It's
It's time to flip the
to bring
material
the KKK
every.
shit back out.
You flip all of your material based on who the president is.
I mean, kinda. Yeah.
Really?
No. I wish.
Should have.
I do want to lean into the right wing grift, though. I was so bad. Want to be a fucking right wing grifter.
Yeah.
He's like, what's up with all these lesbians and the fucking? Yeah, I don't know. All these fucking super right wing.
Bitches and bitches.
Right?
and-
Yeah.
What?
When are they gonna get back in the house? Women shouldn't drive. There's no roads between the bedroom and the kitchen.
The most generic shit ever.
Dude, you would fucking kill, though. I promise you, if you started doing jokes like that, you would blow the fuck up.
I saw a guy doing that on Instagram, but it was at like a church, and it was just like, my wife sucks so bad.
Yeah. Preach.
My wife's been getting fat lately.
Yeah.
Gross. And then they're just like, woo.
Yeah.
So weird.
It's MAGA country.
MAGA country.
Good grief.
I don't know. I don't know where to go with the
I
cars
just
for
hope she
kids
doesn't
thing.
get gay again. What was your idea of it? What'd you say?
It was just. It's like what? It's
like who's donating a car?
Who has an extra car that they're willing to just give away for free? So it's like someone who actually needs their car and then giving.
You know what? That Toyota Sienna in my driveway has really been taking up space. I don't. Let me give it to a kid.
Yeah, but I was like, how old are these kids, and what do they need? What do they even need a car for? Like, where are these kids? I don't know. I'm like, what? I'm trying to find like an angle on it. Like,
is it the Baltimore Kia boys?
Yeah,
Are the Kia boys? Yeah,
that's where all those
cars for kids. Yeah, there you go.
For kids. That's too like referential. I feel like.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But like, you know what I mean. So it's trying to outline like the guy giving the car away who needs it, and then a kid who doesn't need a car who now has a car.
Maybe a guy with like a grape van, and he shows up and be like, yeah, this is my car for kids, and they're like, no, you're supposed to like give us your car. Like, no, this is my car for kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's like very confused on what it means by cars for kids. He's like, no, I got a car for kids. And it's just a mattress in the back. I was like, whoa, no, this isn't what we meant by. No, this is a car for kids. Trust me, this is a car for kids,
specifically designed with children in mind.
Get out of here, lady. This is a car for kids only.
Yeah, I don't. That's one I've been.
It is a funny idea because when I wrote that joke years ago, it's just a funny. Yeah, everybody knows what cars for kids is. That's the good thing that you're starting with. It's not like a reference that people are gonna like. You have to wonder if they know it or not.
Yeah,
people know what cars for kids. That's the one thing that's in the pop culture long enough. People know what it is. So if you can write something funny enough that people remember, like, oh, I remember fucking cars for kids.
It came from a joke I had about like I heard this stat, and it was something like a really low portion of like charity money goes to like the actual cause.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what about Toys for Tots? Is the like the CEO like is taking all those toys for himself? Like
I give them the shitty ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Or cars for kids. They're just giving the kids the hubcaps.
Yeah.
Everything else they keep.
I think I said something like, is there the CEO of Cars for Kids, does he have like a Jay Leno garage full of 1995 Honda?
Yeah, these cars, this one's not for kids. This one is over there, and that's the 1968 Chevy Camaro. This is not for kids, okay? I'm not good at impressions. That was my Jay Leno.
That was really good.
I just had a lisp. I had a lisp, but I also sounded Hispanic, so that was weird. Like, it's the cars for kids. Yeah, that was a weird Italian with a lisp that I did for Jay Leno.
That was so funny.
I wish I could do voices and impressions. It's one of my favorite things that people do.
I try.
And I'm so bad.
I try to.
They sound good in my head, and then as soon as I say them out loud, I'm like, that didn't sound good.
I like try to do it, and I'll do it for like a second, and then I'll just stop doing it, and I'm like, you got the idea from that first part, so just imagine I'm still doing
yeah,
the
you know.
voice
No, I'm sorry. I didn't even talk like that. I'm Jay Leno. I didn't even talk like that. Yeah, you know, I'm just kidding. I'm Jay Leno.
I feel like you like really have to practice at that. Like,
no, people do. Yeah, which isn't bad. I mean, like Dan Soder is one of my favorite comedians. And like certain comedians, they just yell. Like,
he's so
they don't do it
good.
in a hacky way, but just like their ability
It's
on
a
like
part
radio or on
of
podcasts. Yeah, just to be able to just like, if we're talking about Bill Cosby, let me do a Bill Cosby impression.
The impression
Not that he's on stage. Like I hate people like on stage like, oh, I wonder if Bill Cosby was working at Burger King, it'd be a little bit like this. You want extra fries with? No, they just no. It's just like if it happens to come up, he'll do an impression.
Yeah, I think like the impression like amplifies the joke versus the impression being the joke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. I started watching. Have you ever seen Last Comic Standing?
Yeah,
yeah.
That hasn't been on in years. I wish they still did it. It was like it was a reality. Oh, really? Okay, so it was a reality show that started in like probably 2000, 2002, 2003 area.
2003.
Okay, all right, yeah. and it just it's such a cool concept of like seeing comedians every day and like them interacting with each other.
They are fucking the
Dat
early
Fan
seasons.
I remember Dat Fan and Rich Voss.
Yeah,
That was
and
like the
Ralphie
first season.
and Ralphie May.
Yeah, crazy.
But like you can't find this show anywhere.
I've
online.
tried so hard.
But like they show like a really quick like highlight reel at the beginning of like all the people, because like some of the cities they go to, there's like 1,000 people in line.
Yeah.
And they get like up to 2 or 3 minutes. But in the first season, there were the 2 guys that were like the entry judges.
Yeah.
They were really nice. And then the second season, they were being brutal.
Yeah, they tried to do the American Idol
yes
format of like
yes.
like terrible. That was my Simon Cowell.
Oh, it was. It sounded like,
Utterly garbage.
it sounds a little like you have Down syndrome.
Utterly fucking garbage. It was,
Simon
I mean,
Cowell.
British or Down syndrome. You never know. It could be one or the other.
What's the difference?
Is it? Yeah. British or
Okay.
Down syndrome.
But like, yeah, the first season they were being so nice, and the second one they're just like, get the hell out of here, and like all this stuff. I was like, this is not.
I mean, that's my same criticism with Kill Tony that I've talked about. That like, but that's what people want to see. Like non-comedy fans, they don't want to see all the, hey man, you should use this tag and use this. No, they want to see you
they
fucking
wanna
rip
see-
into them like, you piece of shit, you fucking suck, you're terrible. That's unfortunately that's what like America wants to see.
Yeah.
That's what Kill Tony has become. When Kill Tony first started 10 years ago, it was like all constructed. Like a comedian would do this 60 seconds, and Tony, whatever guest, would be like, "Hey man, switch this tag with this tag, and change that up, whatever." But then like they would start making fun of them a little bit.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely
Incredible. How long have you been doing comedy for?
I love how Shane Gillis said that Tony Hinchcliffe could have been the Archduke Franz Ferdinand
Yeah.
in this election. Like if he's the one that blew the whole election.
Oh my God, that reminded me. This is the funniest thing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Absolutely
Where is he?
incredible. There are people at work.
I hate Tony Hinchcliffe. I've never liked him. Not because of that. Like that makes you like
He
him a little
seems
more.
like a
But
dick.
I just
He
never.
seems like kind of a
he's just-
dick.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Swarmy.
Yeah,
Just like a dork that.
But there were people at work that I work with that know I'm like doing comedy. I don't know why they know that.
They know that you're doing comedy. You
Yeah.
said? Yeah.
I sometimes I'm like I really should keep some things to myself.
I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, I just
Which I'm kind of worried
I tell
about with this
everybody.
podcast and shit. Yeah, I'm just like, that's part of being a comedian. Like, you just say it because you're not ashamed of stuff. You're not like, if it's something crazy and dumb that you did, it's something to make fun of. It's something to like talk
Yeah.
shit about and like be like, can you believe I did
Now
that?
it's like you're evil.
But yeah,
or
but you're like,
whatever.
you admit to certain things and they're like, wait. Like, no, I admit that I did that when I was younger and it was a dumb, so I can make fun of it now. That's why I'm not ashamed of it. But yeah, certain things that, like.
But there were people at work that know I do like comedy and stuff, and they were like, "Oh my God, did you see that that one guy at that one gay comedian at the Trump rally? What he said about Puerto
That's
Rico?"
hilarious.
And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "I can't remember his name. It's that like Tony guy."
It's funny
I
he
think."
was so gay but so Republican at the same time. That's
Yeah,
so
they were
weird.
like that gay comedian, and I was like, "He's not gay." And they were like, "Why does he talk like that?" People that are like fully like not homophobic or anything, they just like saw the one
That dude's gay as shit.
They've never seen him before. They saw one clip of him at the Trump rally and went, "Oh man, that gay comedian's making fun of Puerto Rico."
It's an island of garbage. You mean Puerto Rico? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's gay as fuck. I mean, I don't know. Supposedly he has a wife, but nobody's ever seen her. Nobody's ever.
You know,
like,
he got divorced.
It's like a running joke.
I think he got divorced.
Oh no! I mean, I don't think he's actually gay, but he's.
I
very
like
feminine.
don't. It's so weird. I like don't really follow him at all. I don't really follow like anyone on Kill Tony or anything.
Yeah.
But like clips of him pop up occasionally.
I mean, the shit's it's like the biggest thing going on.
It does go
right
pretty
now. That's
viral.
why,
Yeah.
That's why I've been talking about it on the podcast. It is a big pop culture thing right now with comedy. Like people that have no interest in comedy, have never been to a live comedy show, don't know anything about comedy. It's like just the past couple of years, if I mention that I do stand-up comedy, 50% of the time, at least, they bring up Kill Tony. It's like that's what people, when they think comedy, they think Kill Tony. It's like a big part of the comedy world right now. So you can't deny it. You can, you can try all you want, but he is the biggest part of comedy
That's-
right now between him and Rogan.
Well, because there's nothing really you can watch like online or on Netflix or anything where it's like a bunch of different comedians. For
Yeah.
and that's what.
And it's perfect for today's culture of needing everything clippable, everything little, like
Yeah.
people aren't watching whole comedy specials anymore. They want
Really?
a minute. I mean, they might be, but I'm saying they want the TikTok clips, they want the Instagram, a little minute at a time. So you see a comedian do his thing, them do the interview, them talk shit, whatever. It's a little clip that you can take in.
Yeah, but that's what I like about that Last Comic Standing show, because you get to see so many such a variety of different comedians in such a short amount of time. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
and different.
It's
people
cool to see them interact with each other and like their process. Like you see them before they go up and like how they're.
Because it's easy.
Yeah, I wish you could find it more online. Yeah, years ago I tried to find.
You can find season 8 and 9 and parts of season 1 or something. It's
I remember watching like season 1 or whatever the one was with that fan and
that's season 1.
Okay, because I remember watching that like live when I was a kid. But since then, it's hard to find.
Yeah. But it's. I think it's.
I remember them
interesting.
fucking with that fan. Like, I remember he was out by the pool, like writing jokes, and they're like, "Yo, look at that fucking queer out there, just fucking writing."
He
and shit.
had graphs and
Yeah, he like
spreadsheets
take it
and
professionally,
charts.
and like every other comedian. That's what I love. They'd be like, "Yo, look at this fucking, look at him. What is he doing?" I think that's the fun thing about comedy, though, is like you can take it seriously, and you can like be a great comedian that really studies, really like puts the work in. Or you can just be a fucking alcoholic that is just funny, like you're just,
you can be
you're just funny.
Heroin.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but what I was getting at is like it's interesting to see like what are the universal qualities of these people from all these different places, because they're like the first episode they're showing like they go to Atlanta, they go to Chicago, they go to New York, they go to like LA, like, and all throughout like different parts of the country doing scouting, and there's like so many people showing up, and you kind of see like what are the universal like qualities that make somebody better than like, and they also do the thing where it's the highlight reel of all the people who are just screaming and rolling around on the floor and stuff. I've never seen stuff like that, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm surprised by how few people I've seen just completely lose it on stage, although I've seen plenty.
Really?
But yeah, I guess, and I've also like how few people I've seen just get like so nervous on stage that they just can't even remember anything. I've seen it a few times, but yeah, it's kind of surprising how many people.
I feel like everyone in
don't break down on
Atlanta.
stage.
I feel like everyone in Atlanta is pretty like solid. Like even at just open mics, like I don't know, you don't see like crazy shit,
Yeah,
like, very much.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure we just know our crazies. We know our. And there are certain people that like we're used to it by now.
No,
whereas
mean,
like you go to certain other scenes, that's why it's tough. Like I don't know if have you ever been to another city and done open mics in another city before?
No, I need to.
So when you do that, you're gonna feel like those cities suck. Like you're gonna go to Nashville or Chattanooga, and you're gonna go to one open mic, and you're like, "Fuck, Atlanta's so much better than these people. Like these people all fucking suck. Like what the fuck are they doing? Like I'm so much better than these people." And maybe that's the case, but I also feel like if you ever came to Atlanta for one night. For us, like you've seen comedians bomb, but you've seen them do well. So in the back of your head, you're like, okay, I know that guy's actually good. Just because he's not doing good tonight, like I know he's like, I've seen him do well. So whatever. So if you go to another scene, you see people not do well, like, oh, this guy just must suck every fucking night. It's like, no, maybe he was just working on new stuff and just wasn't really, Whereas people, you kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, like, okay, their style, like, okay, that's just that guy. That's Seven. That's how he is. That's and so you kind of give more leeway for it. But I feel like you go to other cities. That's a lot of time. You're going to feel like that.
The stuff on that Last Comic Standing, like some of the people would just be like banging a guitar and screaming, and people rolling around on the floor and like just doing all this stuff.
I've seen that, not as much in Atlanta, but you go to other cities, there is a lot more of that. You see fucking crazies. Yeah, just homeless people coming up and just, being weird. And just,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'm generally like a very positive, for the most part, I'm a fairly positive person, so I would be curious to go to another scene, because I am like I don't really like judge someone's like character based on how they are on like stage necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been to other cities, and you go to a random open mic that you don't know if that might be that city's worst open mic. That's your only glimpse of that city's comedy scene.
Yeah.
Because I've had people like, I went to fucking Charlotte. That shit sucked, man. Like, these comics there suck. It's like, you went to one open mic there. Like, who knows what that night was like? Who knows? Like, Where in Atlanta, like, yeah, you might go to one of them, like, it's just everybody's bombing, but you've seen those comics do well at other mics. You know they're not terrible.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, they're not that bad, and that's just the night. So if you go to another scene, you're just like, fuck, does everybody in Charlotte suck? It's like, no, it's just the one mic you went to.
Yeah. Can I ask you one last question?
Yeah,
and then we
gotta
can
go. Yeah.
Because it's been an hour and 33
get
minutes.
going. That's crazy.
What?
Literally just hit 133 as soon as you said that.
Oh, I see it on the clock on
okay.
the camera. But
I'm just
okay.
fucking tired.
Bye.
See ya.